Today's event, the theme being forests and sustainable cities, and a very appropriate one. I think more and more the discussion globally is also happening on the urbanization and what does it mean. As much as it has some very positive elements to it, a lot of it is also going to be having very negative impact in terms of development. When we talk about development, it is not just economies are growing at a faster rate, but they also have to grow in a sustainable manner.
For the Center for People and Forests, we work on community forestry, but urban forestry has a lot of similarities to community forestry. It's all about the social interactions. It's about how people interact with their environment, how people can ultimately make their living space a greener and healthier space for them.
By not having urban forests, not only does it not allow the pollution of the city to be absorbed, but it also worsens the efficiency of existing rural forests. Therefore, how does the absence of urban forests reduce the efficiency of climate change mitigation?
So instead of focusing on urban forests, we should consider the core causes of climate change and try to tackle this issue by conserving forests outside of cities, reducing methane, and regulating the energy we use. We should also generate more sustainable agricultural practices and focus on ways that we as human beings can help mitigate climate change.
The first thing first is that cities always have places for trees, and for example in Europe, they don't conserve spaces for buildings, but they conserve spaces for green spaces and trees and urban forests, because they know that urban forests will be the factors that can help and preserve the clean atmosphere for the people to live in the urban cities better.
In the face of environmental problems, people automatically reach for the comfort of trees. But in a modern city, we need to think smarter and look at every single possibility.
With green spaces, people tend to have a better mental health. With better scenery of greenery instead of endless concrete jungles, it incentivizes people to actually go out and form an internal relationship by interacting with people in the parks. Therefore, it creates benefits rather than harms.
Green spaces cannot compensate the loss of forests that exists before the construction of urban area. Rather, focusing on expanding green areas in light of urban problems contribute to more pollution and global warming. Firstly, people continue to use ineffective transport that emits greenhouse gases, which is responsible for climate change and pollution.
In the past, urban forest or green space was about 36% in 1980, but it stands now at 47%. According to the Center of Livable City, because of Singapore, where 100% of population is urbanized, and they are set the urban forest as a priority for them and innovative to promote sustainability. So Singapore represents as a place that where the city is not the enemy of the natural forest, but they build it inside of them and become more popular.
First of all, urban forests will only generate small amount of supply to meet the demand of growing population. It is impractical to have forests of sufficient size in the city to provide basic needs of such as medicine, food, and timber to fulfill the demand of growing populations.
Today, I think this experience was very eye-opening for me, because when I came into this debate, I didn't really have an idea of how urban forestry worked, or like how urban forestry could benefit or harm society. And then when I came into this, I definitely got to look at different perspectives.
So that's why I see that this kind of aspect should be more explored by next generation people in order to understand why urban forest is important.
I have learned that my role in the society now is to be careful and considerate for everything that I do, because every action or decision that I take will affect the society as well as myself.